Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great night so far. What I wanted to do was react to another NBA mock draft. We've been doing a lot. I think have done TJ Salong, Donovan Clingan, and others. This mock draft has a prospect that we haven't talked about. I've seen comments about, but we really haven't talked about it on the channel. So this is going to be really fun. We're going to be reacting to just the Detroit Pistons section of this article. We'll skim through the first four picks because I haven't seen this order in any mock draft, whether it's Bleacher Report, Yahoo, ESPN. I just haven't seen it yet. So this is going to be a really fun video to react to. So let's get straight into it. All right, you guys, we're going to skim through these first four picks like we've done in previous mock drafts before. Alex Sarr at 1 for the Hawks. We've seen Alex Sarr as high as 1, as low as 2. In most of these mock draft reactions, I think he'll either be the first overall pick or the second overall pick. Really depends what Atlanta wants to do. But shouldn't come as a surprise. Now, for Washington, this is interesting. Ron Holland. I have not seen Ron Holland as high as 2. Probably the last time I saw Ron Holland as a top 2 pick in a mock draft was when the 2023 NBA draft was over and ESPN put out their way too early 2024 NBA mock. Ron Holland right now, his draft range is all over the place. I've seen him as high as 7. I've seen him as low as out of the lottery. He was a guy that was really highly regarded as a top 5 pick. But now he's all over the place. But in this situation, in this mock, they have him as high as 2. I like it. It's different. It's not the same old mocks that we've been reacting to. It seems like each and every day we do another mock draft reaction. But hey, man, it's mock draft season. I like it. I like the balls to put him into. So 3, we have Reed Sheppard going to the Rockets. I think last week Yahoo and Bleacher Report had the same thing. They had Reed Sheppard as the top 3 pick. Now, this depends if Houston wants to keep the pick. I mean, there's been so much reporting of them possibly trading the pick for Mikal Bridges. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think Reed Sheppard to the Rockets would actually be a pretty good fit for them, coming off the bench, or maybe you want to put him in some starting situations. I don't know. Houston has a very bright future ahead of them and a really good core. At 4, San Antonio has Zachary Richeche. And you know what? Richeche has been at 1 or 2 in previous mocks that we have reacted to. Richeche is falling in this mock, which I don't know if he will, but I can see a situation where maybe Washington or Atlanta goes for more of an upside swing with this draft, and they feel that maybe a Ron Holland has more potential, has a higher ceiling than a Richeche. You never really know what these GMs are thinking, but they have Richeche at 4. Now, while you're here, I just wanted to skip through the first 4 like I usually do. Number 5, and this is, I have not seen this prospect mocked to the Detroit Pistons. I just haven't. I've seen you guys talk about him quite a bit, and that's Rob Dillingham out of Kentucky, the other Kentucky guard. Now, if you look at the Detroit Pistons situation and you look at the guards, you have Jaden Ivey, Marcus Astor, Katie Cunningham. It's pretty log jammed at guard right now. We're going to react to what this journalist had to say about Dillingham, kind of dissect this paragraph, and see if there's a situation where we think this makes sense for the Pistons to take another guard in this upcoming draft. So SB's Nation's reasoning why they picked Rob Dillingham is this. This pick came down to Dillingham and Modest Buzelis. While Buzelis is a better positional fit on the roster, Dillingham answers Detroit's 2 biggest skill questions with his shooting and playmaking. Okay, so let's break that down and react to that. So I think most of you guys look at Modest Buzelis and you look where the Pistons are at in the NBA draft at 5. And he'll probably be there. I think he will. And he is a player that I think is very unique. I think he has the highest ceiling out of almost anyone in this draft. Maybe Ron Allen has a higher ceiling if he hits it. I don't know. But I think it would be a very good pick for the Pistons. Now, with Dillingham argument, the Pistons need playmaking and shooting. I agree with the shooting. I think the Pistons need more perimeter shooters. They need more three-point shooting. And I think most of you guys would agree there. With the playmaking, the only thing I would say is you have a lot of guards on this team right now. You have Jaden Ivey, who I think most fans are still on board with Jaden Ivey. I could be wrong there. You have Cade Cunningham, who's your lead guard, who is a good playmaker, but the stats last year would indicate that he's kind of turnover prone. But then you also have to look at who was he playing with, who was in the starting lineup for the first 2 months of the season when they were going on that losing streak. He didn't really have Bojan until December, who was probably a number 2 option and the best floor spacer on that team at that time. So you kind of have to add context to that. I think Cade Cunningham's a very good playmaker. It's just the roster that was around him last year wasn't really suited for him to have a low turnover season. He was expected to have turnovers, but no floor spacing next to him. And I will say that. I will say that, personally. I know some of you guys think I'm a Cade apologist. I'm just trying to add context to it. Because I got called a Cade apologist the other day, which I don't think I've ever been called that. And I actually kind of laughed. I'm not even going to lie. They also go on to say that the Kentucky freshman is an electric offensive player capable of burning opposing defenses, whether he's on or off the ball. He's a deadly three-point shooter with real NBA range and shot versatility. And he's an excellent relocating off the ball to continue stressing the defense. I will agree there. Rob Dillingham, I think, if you watch his game, if you watch games at Kentucky this year, very good player. Now, most mocks, I will say, have him around that 9 to 10 range, either going to Memphis or Utah. Now, I'll just say this, like, if the Pistons did not have a Jaden Ivey or a Marcus Sasser, maybe I would be more on board with it to have another guard out there with Cade Cunningham, but I'm really finding it hard to believe that you draft Dillingham at 5 and you can find minutes for him. I think what he had to say about his three-point shot, 100% agree with. One of the most deadly shooters in this draft, much like his teammate Reed Shepard. Both of those Kentucky boys could shoot the shit out the ball. There's no denying that. And him relocating and finding the ball and shooting threes, you saw that this year in Kentucky. But again, I'm just kind of questioning the fit with him. I think Dillingham would be a good player. I just don't know if the fit right now in Detroit would be the best unless you were to make a move to trade either Ivy or Sasser. But that, like I said, that's a completely different conversation and probably a different video. He also goes on to say he's just very small and very weak, struggling to play through contact at both ends. The Pistons have plenty of big physical players to help insulate Dillingham defensively, and his creation ability could finally make their offense sing. Okay, so I think the one part where concerns me is very small and very weak, struggling to play through contact on both ends. If you just put a bigger defender, I'm going to use Drew Holiday because he's in the NBA Finals right now. You put a Drew Holiday in front of a Rob Dillingham, he's probably going to put him in a body bag. Like, respectfully. Like, Drew Holiday is one of the best defenders out there. You put a bigger guard on a Rob Dillingham, who I think is listed at 6'1", maybe 6'2", he's probably going to struggle to try to get by him. And defensively, I think he would get targeted. I don't think the Pistons right now have the defenders to hide him, unless you're just going to throw, like, Asar at the 2 guard, and Asar can just switch everything for Dillingham so he doesn't get attacked, because he's a very small guard. Now, I like the fact that this article had something different, had something unique. Like, I'll be straight up. I've never seen anyone have Rob Dillingham going to the Pistons, because the Pistons have a lot of guards. They have a lot of guards. They don't really need guards. I think right now what they need more of is small forwards. You could argue center. I don't really think they need another point guard. I want to know what you guys think, though, of that mock from SB Nation having Rob Dillingham as high as 5 for the Pistons? Do you like the pick? Is there another prospect that you're more high on? Me personally, I keep going back and forth with Modest Bazelis and Cody Williams, but let me know down below in the comment section which prospect at 5 right now you're personally looking at. I will talk to you guys down there. Like always, hope you guys are staying safe. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.